words. And if I'm honest, like, these aren't going to be like trigger words that are on theme to ASMR necessarily, or like sleep and stuff. But these are just some of my favourite Spanish words. For a bit of context, if you've not seen anything of me before, I obviously I speak English primarily, but I do speak a little bit of Spanish. I am learning. I am by no means fluent. I am only really just becoming conversational, but basically I wanted to learn because my dad's half Spanish and doesn't know like any Spanish, and his dad didn't pass it on to him before he passed away, and I've always been so interested in learning Spanish, so I have been learning it kind of on and off the majority of my life, to be honest, so far, and I have a really keen interest for it, so I have been teaching myself, as well as I did some in school, and I did courses at uni and stuff, so I do have a few favourite words, and they are quite random, like I say, so without further ado, I will get into the Spanish words, and I will also say them in English, so at least you have a translation if you don't know, because I know that would really bug me if I came up to, like, you know, see another video of someone speaking another language and I didn't have the English translation as well. But yeah, so here are the words. So the first word is my favourite word in Spanish of all time. I don't know why, I think it's just the way it sounds, but it is cabeza. Cabeza, 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 which means head in Spanish. Cabeza. I don't know what it is about cabeza, but it's just so like, there's something sort of like ethereal sounding to me, and I know it literally means head, but it's just lovely, like the English translation and obviously like the Spanish translation of me duele la cabeza is not nice, like my head hurts. That's not a nice thing, but like saying that sentence is one of my favourite sentences in Spanish to say. Like, I almost get a little bit excited when I've got a headache and I can turn to my boyfriend and be like, me duele la cabeza, because me duele la cabeza, me duele la cabeza, cabeza, cabeza. It's just, there's something about it. I've always loved it since I learned it when I was a lot younger, because obviously like body parts is one of the not first things you learn, but you learn that quite quickly when you learn languages, I think, in general, but in Spanish at least I learned that very early on when I was younger. But I've always loved it. I found it so relaxing, and when my teachers used to say cabeza, cabeza, I used to be like, oh, I just love it. So that is my favourite Spanish word of all time. Me duele la cabeza, me duele la cabeza, me duele la cabeza, la cabeza, la cabeza, la cabeza. See how quickly I can say la cabeza, la cabeza, la cabeza. I think it's the Z sound. Just feels so nice to say, like cabeza, 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 cabeza. I almost like, I don't know, I almost like kind of lazily say the B, and I don't know if you are supposed to do that. I think I've probably picked up on accents, like Spanish accents that I've heard over my life from various people, but I just kind of, I like to say my B's quite lazily, like cabeza, so you're not really hearing the B. I don't know if that's correct, so if you're native to like Spain or Spanish speaking country, please don't grill me in the comments. But anyway, cabeza is the first trigger word, cabeza. The second trigger word, again completely not on a relaxing theme, but I just love the sound, is salchicha. Salchicha, salchicha, salchicha. Salchicha significa, so salchicha means sausage. Literally means sausage, like a sausage that you would eat. But I just have always loved it. It's just like so cutesy, like salchicha, 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 salchicha. Come on, salchicha, 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 salchicha. I don't know, there's something about it. It's just like cute and fun, and I love the sounds it makes. Like when I whisper it, salchicha, 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 salchicha. I know it's a very weird word to say, Spanish and native to Spain or another Spanish-speaking country, that's probably really weird to hear me just go sausage, sausage, because obviously in English it doesn't sound so nice. But salchicha, 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 salchicha. I like that, like chicha or chica or like the ch-ch-ch. I like the Spanish like ch-ch-ch sounds. Ch-ch-ch. Salchicha, 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 como mi salchicha, como mi salchicha. I won't say anymore because that might get flagged for being inappropriate. I hope not. I don't literally mean it in any other way, but like salchicha, like a sausage. Salchicha. Okay, the next one I really like is Pestaña. 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 Again, like an nya sound, like the enya. Pestaña. Pestaña. So the with the squiggle, if you don't know, the enya, I think that's what it's called. I love those sounds. And pestaña means eyelash. 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 Pestaña, pestaña, pestañas. I do believe it's eyelashes, like plural. Pestaña, 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 pestaña. I also really like, this isn't one I've actually written down, but it's on the same wavelength, like with the sound. Araña, araña, and it's ironic because I am petrified of spiders, but arañas, arañas, araña, 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 odio arañas, odio arañas, odio. I really hate them, but I really like saying araña, araña. It sounds so beautiful. Like, how can a language make something so scary to me sound so beautiful? I don't know. But araña, arañas, it's that same sort of sound. So pestaña, 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 pestaña. I really like pestaña. The next one, again, not particularly, on theme with sleep and relaxation, but it is cuchara, 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 and cuchara means spoon, like the utensil, spoon in Spanish. Cuchara, again, I've loved this since I was so young. I think my mum used to say this because this is one of her favourite words when I was growing up. So I do remember her saying like cuchara, 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 usar cuchara, usar un cuchara, usar un cuchara, to use a spoon, or usas un cuchara, usas un cuchara, usas un cuchara, cuchara, cuchara. I really like that one. It's really nice. And I like that sound as well. Again, like before with the enya, like I like that ara sound. So I like cara, like mi cara, en mi cara, cuchara en mi cara, cuchara en mi cara. Cara means face. So cuchara en mi cara, cuchara en mi cara. I like that. Cara, C-A-R-A, C-A-R-A. I should probably have spelled these out as well because you might not be able to understand if you don't speak Spanish and I'm whispering them, but hopefully you get the gist. But yeah, cuchara, cuchara, cuchara. The next one I have definitely heard in other people's trigger videos before, and I can't remember the creator, but she says this at the end of her video. She's very popular. I think actually her name is Josie. She's very popular on here, and she goes besitos, 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 which is just like one of my favourite things. I love how she like signs it off. She kind of inspired me actually to like sign my videos off by saying adios, like that's how I sign my videos off, like adios. But yeah, I really like besitos, besitos, and if you don't know what besitos means, it's like kisses. Besos is kisses, but besitos is like a little kiss. But I think I can't remember what countries. Like I feel like this is quite a common slang term, especially is a term of endearment, like dear, like my dear, like mi cariño. Mi cariño is like my love, like my dear, like it's a term of endearment for someone that you care about. So like my partner Matt, he says mi cariño to me a lot. Like that's what he would call me, like his like a pet name in Spanish. That's what he calls me, like mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño. In English, we are like we call each other like hun or honey. Like honey has always been my term of endearment for people. Like I've had it in past relationships and like people across my life. It's just my thing, and I think we've picked that up because I say it a lot. But yeah, in Spanish it's mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño, or mi amor, but mainly mi cariño, mi cariño. Again with the enya, it's just so nice. Mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño, mi cariño, 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 cariño. Sounds like a reggaeton beat. Cariño, cariño, cariño. ¿Dónde está mi cariño? Anyway, cariño, love that one. The next one is tocando, tocando, tocando. And I thought that this was touching in general, like touching, but I think, please correct me if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me, but I'm pretty sure this also means tapping, like tapping. Tocando, tocando, and tocar is like to play, like an instrument as well, I think, so it has quite a lot of meanings, I think. But tocando, I love that sound, tocando, tocar, tocar, tocando, 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 tocando en mis libros, tocando en mis libros, tapping on my books, tocando, tocando en mis libros, tocando, 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 tocar, 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 tocando, tocando, tocando la guitarra, playing the guitar, tocando la guitarra. But yeah, I like tocando. Again, ok, ok. I like the ok, 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 ok sounds. I'd love to make a video one day of just like Spanish sounds, like mouth sounds. I think that would be quite fun, like all of the sort of like nya nya and like okukuka, okukuka. I don't know, it'd be quite cool. Let me know if you want to see that as well, because I could definitely do that. And the next sort of like trigger word, or words actually, because it's two together really, that I find is so like comforting. Again, is something else that my partner like uses in a lot of sentences, and I'll give context to this, but it's que quieres, que quieres. I don't know, there's something about que quieres, like que quieres. What do you want? Basically it means, but he'll say it like que quieres para comida, que quieres para comida. I actually don't know now saying that out loud if that's 100% grammatically correct. I think it is. What do you want to eat? What do you want for food? Like, what do you want for food? I guess you could say que quieres comer. Like, it's what do you want to eat? But he always says que quieres para comida, and I just found that like so like tingly and like so nice. So que quieres, que quieres, que quieres para comida, que quieres para bebida. What do you want for food? What do you want for drink? Que quieres para comida, que quieres para bebida, para bebida, para bebida. That's nice as well. Que quieres para comida, que quieres para bebida, para comida, para bebida, para bebida. Que quieres para comida, que quieres para bebida. Que quieres hacer? ¿Qué quieres hacer ahora? ¿Qué quieres hacer? What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Ahora mismo, right now. ¿Qué quiere hacer ahora mismo? ¿Qué quiere? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quieres? ¿Qué quiere? ¿Qué quiere? ¿Qué quiere para comida? ¿Qué quiere para bebida? I really like que quieres. Quieres as well is just like such a nice like word. I don't know. I just love love Spanish, so I just think all the words sound nice in comparison to English, but that's maybe just me, I don't know. The last word I've got on here kind of rhymes with one of the other ones, and it is poquito. Poquito kind of rhymes with besito. Poquito, again, similar thing, I'm pretty sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. Poquito is like a little bit of something. I use this word a lot in my everyday Spanish when I'm talking to people, because this is the word that I say when I'm trying to tell someone how much Spanish I speak. Un poquito. Un poquito. Hablo un poquito de español. Hablo un poquito, a little bit. And I think because it's like a little amount of something, it comes from poco. Poco means little. Poquito is like a little bit. So I tend to say, hablo un poquito de español, pero mi novio habla más español que yo. Like, my boyfriend, mi novio, he speaks more Spanish than me. So I always bin people off. When I was in A&E a couple of weeks ago, I had a lovely nurse, and she was Colombian, and she saw my surname, because I have a Spanish surname because of my dad, like I say. I have a Spanish surname, and my nurse was Colombian, and she just looked at me straight away, and she was like, "Hablo español," and I was like, "Un poquito, un poquito." Then she started talking to me a lot in Spanish, and I was just like, oh, in Spanish, I was like, my boyfriend, he speaks more Spanish than me. So I was just panicking because I was like so tired at that point. But anyway, poquito, un poquito, un poquito, un poquito, un poquito de español, hablo un poquito, solo un poquito, disculpe, solo un poquito, solo un poquito de español, only a little bit of Spanish. Hablo un poquito de español, un poquito, solo un poquito, disculpe, un poquito. I feel like I'm always apologising to Spaniards and like Spanish speaking people for how little Spanish I speak, because I feel so guilty with having a Spanish surname. I'm like, I'm not worthy. But I really need to up my Spanish. I really want to as well, because I love the language so